Hey, this is Danny Ryan here, and you're probably on FanBase.
Back up, you're like a creepy stalker.
What's up? Want some candy?
Like you're in Japan, you're gonna rape me on a train. You're like, hello.
No, okay. This good?
Much better, yes.
Right. Hey, this is Danny Ryde, and the FanBase crew is here at the Morikami Museum. We're waiting for the Kaiju lecture by Mark Nagata.
It's interesting because it means that there's some people who are drawn to these sort of for nostalgia reasons. They remember as a kid watching this, and then there are other people of which I consider myself that I'm really drawn to these just because of the form, just because they're beautiful objects. Where there's a person who actually pours the vinyl, and then the vinyl cures, and there's another person who pulls it out of the mold and then trims it and assembles it, and then there's another person who actually sits there and paints it. And what this is a picture of is, this came from Marasang, and it's a picture of, you can see the women in the background, they would sit there and paint these things by hand. And so, I mean, each one, bears a human touch to it. Yeah, the Joker, which to me is just, what does the Joker have to do with this toy? But again, it just reflects just the imagination just allowed to run amok.
And yeah, I mean, I was a typical child of the 60s, like Major Matt Mason was it for me. That was like awesome. But from that day forward, I could never look at an American toy the same way again. Because I just kept going back to these Hallmark figures and going like, what the heck is this? It's like, I don't see any of this on TV. It's like, where are these coming from?
Hey, this is Danny Ryan from FanBase, and I'm here at the Morikami, and sitting across from me is Mark Nagata, the owner of the Max Toy Company and an illustrator and an avid Kaiju collector. Mark, thank you so much for sitting down and talking with us today.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Now, you just did a lecture on Kaiju monsters here at the Morikami, right? And for our viewers who are how should I put this? They're unfamiliar with what a Kaiju actually is. Can you give us a little brief description of what it would be?
Yeah, well, I mean, the basic name Kaiju in Japanese means strange beast or monster. So they're mostly Kaiju or Japanese monsters relates to like a Godzilla film or a live action TV show like Ultraman. And so that's really what we were talking about is monster toys made
like these little guys right here. And
yeah, these would be my versions of Kaiju.
These are your versions.
Yeah.
Well, is there a real difference between your versions and versions that come from Japan?
I guess the difference would be these are my own creations, and so there's no anime, there's no show that's supporting them.
Not yet.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Maybe a Flash animator out there or somebody can pitch in for free. But yeah, it's definitely inspired by Godzilla films and Ultraman.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Ultraman, may I?
Yes.
So this little guy right here, then this is your version of it. And what was his name?
This is Captain Max.
This is Captain Max, and this guy actually looks like Ultraman. And an interesting fact that I read about you was that outside of Japan, you have the largest Ultraman collection. And I gotta say, with me, I had a fangasm when I heard about that because I'm a huge Ultraman fan. I must say, one of the most enjoyable parts of your lecture on the Kaiju was your story of how you got the red Ultraman.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just waiting, like something's gotta go wrong at the end here. Something always goes wrong.
A piece of tape around a Converse box. I mean, how secure is that? I'm sorry, to my friend in Japan who sent it to me, but
yeah.
no disrespect, but I was just kind of like, wow.
Wrapped with 2 pieces of Japanese newspaper. Oh,
yes, my God. Semi-crumpled. Not even a nice tight crumple. Just kind of like,
Company. Like, can you tell us anything you have coming out?
It's a secret.
No.
Nobody's gonna see this, right?
Well, nobody's gonna.
Oh, God, I didn't mean it that way.
Wow. See you guys.
No, sorry, but you really can't tell us?
Well, no, I mean, in general, I have a series of 5 minis based on my own characters. We're going to continue with that series. We have at least a half dozen more in various parts of production. Those will be released over the next 6 to 8 months. Going forward into next year, let's just say it might be a little more girly influenced. So that's all I'm going to say.
All right. Now, before you go, do you want to give any contact information to anyone out there who'd be interested in seeing websites, your company, anything like that?
Yeah. For the toys I make, you can go to maxtoyco.com. And for my Ultraman collection, it's ultramantoys.com. And just for my regular artwork, it's marknagata.com.
All right, there you go. Well, Mark, thank you so much for sitting down.
Hey, yeah, thanks, man.
To do this.
Cool.
And we wish you luck with everything you do, and keep us up to date on what you do. And now we have to go because I see a security guard coming down the hall. We're not really supposed to be here.